on the day of operation, it typically search operation typically begins at 4 a.m. in the morning.
अच्छा.
So teams will leave early in the morning, and
So now that मान लीजिए कोई केस आया कि कुछ गड़बड़ हो रही है and search and seizure operation करने जाना है. So because हमने बहुत सुन लिया, I think viewers would love to know what goes into the preparation of the scene.
this is set procedure
हाँ.
for conduct. It cannot be random कि मैं आज उठाऊं मैंने बोला नहीं इस पे करना है, नहीं, nothing
हाँ,
like that.
हाँ,
It takes months or even sometimes years of work. So what happens is there are two sources majorly for information through which you prepare a case for search and seizure. One is information which you extract from their return or information that has been pushed to you through STR, TPs or anything. Other is information from some individual. Like someone is in the market, he knows there's a lot of escapement, he comes and tells you, then you verify it and then proceed, then you take out their return and then verify and do it. So step one is looking at that specific escapement allegation that you're looking at. First step should be, it's typically you look at that only that transaction. Then you assess the escapement or alleged escapement is large enough, because you are conducting entire search operation where a lot of manpower will be deployed. It will cost government a lot. So escapement should be commensurate. 1 लाख के escapement वाले पे अगर allegation है तो मैं नहीं कर सकता हूँ, because it's very costly operation. So that thing goes in. After that, I do a 360 degree. Who are the related parties? What are other issues in the case? So you, unlike assessment, you are not limited to only one issue or one individual. Then you see, because how economy works, there's so many linkages in the business. So you look at those linkages, you look at other issues which may crop up, and you look at the other entities which are involved. So you typically look at the bank account statements for the flow of cash, flow of money, where how money is being rotated. Then after working on this, you bring out the individuals and entities which you wish to be covered, and most importantly, the premises. I might be covering individual A, but if I'm not covering his house, I'm not covering him in reality. So these three things are very important: premises, which are to be covered, individuals, and entities. I prepare a note which is a satisfaction note that I'm satisfied. I have to enumerate everything. It goes through the entire hierarchy, it is checked, and there should be, allegation should be serious. There should be specific individuals you are naming. You cannot be very generic about it. You cannot write that there are certain individuals are doing this. You have to write A is doing this, B is doing this, and I have reasons to believe that this is being this escapement of income is taking place. Then you think about the operational side of it, because till now we were only being technical, but when you go into the real world, you have to think about the operations as well. So you have to decide the right timing when you want to conduct that operation. So typically you do it in the very morning. Why? Because at that time, individuals are most likely to be at their residences or their respective places. If you'll go during the daytime, you are not sure, they may be outside somewhere. Then you have to also ensure that that individual is not outside the country or outside the city to cover him. So these precautions you have to take, which are operational in nature. Now, no more technical, just operational. Then you have to think about how many teams you wish to have, how many individuals in each team you want to have. From where you
किस टाइप के लोग जाते हैं आपके साथ पूरी टीम में?
Now what happens is a case is prepared by one deputy director.
Okay.
But when the operation takes place, there are other deputy directors in the investigation wing. Like in Delhi, there are multiple. You requisition them as well.
Okay.
They don't know about the case till the day of operation. Only you know about it. It is your operation. But to make it work on that day of search, you bring in like 5, 7, 8 people, depending on the premises. Then other assessing officers also you can bring from, not assessing officer, authorized officers from different verticals also you can requisition for the operation. So what happens is you prepare it, you get the warrant signed through the competent authority, then you are ready for the day of search.
And just for the clarity, जो आप कह रहे हैं warrant sign is from generally judiciary.
No.
Or are there...
It's inside only.
Okay.
Internal only. So
okay.
Yeah, within department only, principal director of income tax is.
So that's the competent authority.
Yes, he's competent authority. So we don't need approval of judiciary for that.
Okay.
If he's satisfied, his satisfaction is sufficient. Then you, on the day of operation, such operation typically begins at 4 a.m. in the morning.
Achha.
So teams will leave early in the morning. and not generally, you have to do it. You prepare a brief for each premises, and you tell them what to look at, who are the key individuals, and also you'll definitely provide the details of the premises where they are going. So each officer who is authorized officer for a premise, for a residence, for a business, will be having a brief.
Okay.
So on that day, the person who has prepared the case will become conducting officer. So he's
Okay.
conducting this operation, but he'll not typically be at any premise. He'll be at the
हाँ,
control
that's my
room.
next question. तो
He'll
आप
be at
एक
control.
center पे रहोगे
He
कहीं
will
पर?
be at center.
हाँ,
He'll be
okay.
coordinating with everyone.
हाँ,
He's
हाँ.
conducting officer, and he'll guide them. He'll take inputs from them. What is happening at each premise.